Hello, friends. I'm in HD, and it's weird, and you can see all the pores on my face, and I don't know what to do. But welcome in. It's good to see you all. Um, I still can't believe the news. But yeah, thank you, CM Chris Jones. Thank you very much for the raid. But I got a whole new setup. That's why I'm late. That's why I'm late. I had to get this camera going, and we got the wide cam too. Actually, I need to make sure that this microphone's on the wide cam. And thank you, Eddie. Thank you for that gift. Much appreciated. Um, Unintentionally, it's fine. We welcome it. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah. And let me give a rundown of what's happening and all that good stuff. But technical difficulty. Streaming is always hard. There's so many things to juggle. Um, I need to do this. Check check. Yeah. Now you can see me on the screen. Um, but I guess check. How about now? You should be able to hear me now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those are lightsabers. Also, the U.S. Constitution is on is on my bookshelf over there. All right, let's just chat really quick. Um, I guess I don't know what screen to go to. We have this one, but I think I need to make the chat like a little smaller. And thank you, Austin. Yo, what's up? It's been a while. Thank you very much for that raid. Welcome in. Okay, let's chat. So, if you heard the news, it was announced on Twitter and all the other Syntax social platforms. I am joining their team as a senior creator. So my main job is going to be making videos for their YouTube channel, and then also all their other social platforms, and then helping out the team any way I can. I've already started contributing to their code base that runs their website. So yeah, I'm just joining the team and helping out. Syntax. All right, let's have some visual aids here. Syntax.fm. And if you have not heard of them, you should, because they are the biggest and best web dev podcast out there. So syntax.fm, you can see all the episodes. And if you go to the About page, I'm on there. I did it. I made it. um, so yeah, it's a super cool team. I've been working with them the past week, which is why I haven't been live. So yeah, just getting settled in at the job, and also getting settled in at the greater organization Sentry. So if you go to Sentry.io, Sentry actually acquired Syntax last year, which is why they're able to expand their team and start working on more stuff. So I am an employee of Sentry on the Syntax team, essentially. And oh yeah, and now it's my job to plug them. So Sentry.io/syntax. They will know that we sent you. Essentially, they do error monitoring, profiling. Uh, yeah, they give you info about. Wait, what? Wait, what? What do you mean you can't hide my name anymore? Oh, my last name? Yeah, that's the thing. My last name has technically been known. Yeah, performance monitoring. I should do a better job selling them. I'm getting a little flustered trying to keep up with the chat. Check them out. Sentry, they're awesome. Sentry.io/syntax. Sentry, syntax. Um, Anthony Wright's code is at Sentry? I didn't know that. Yeah, my last name was known. It was, yeah. We're getting off track though. So yes, I joined the team. I'm going to be helping them out with YouTube videos and shorts and stuff like that. And they're going to be edited, planned videos. So like if you're familiar with Coding Garden content, a lot of the stuff I do is off the cuff like this. It's not very polished. I'm just talking at the camera, and that's kind of what Coding Garden is. I build things live. You guys get to hang out with me, that kind of thing. But what I will be creating for, and thank you, Danny, thank you for that prime for Syntax. I'm going to be working on edited videos, which is why I got a better camera. and I've got the whole setup. I'm learning about cameras and lenses. This has an f-stop of 1.4. It's a 13 millimeter. Thank you, Freebly. Thank you for the prime. um, but the plan is to work on some videos. Yeah, yeah, and I got the nice rounded borders. Um, living the high life. Yeah, yeah. And Dick Callers, thank you for the prime. We got a hype train going. So yeah, I'm joining the team. I'll be working on videos, and I'm not quitting Coding Garden, but my job at Syntax is full time. So 9 to 5, 5 days a week, working on videos and helping the team out with all the stuff that I can. But I can still do Coding Garden streams, but it'll likely either be like in the early mornings before I go to work at Syntax, or in the evenings like this, or on the weekends maybe. 9 to 5 Java videos? No, 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 no. Uh, yeah, I mean, in like the job entails like it's more than that. Yeah, and so I do plan on at least trying to do, what do you call it? I gotta collect my thoughts. I'm gonna take a drink of water too. Yeah, f-stop 1.4. Yeah, this is a Viltrox lens. Well, doesn't want to autofocus on it. Yeah, Viltrox. Which is just one that I found because I was using the kit lens. I got a Sony uh ZV-E10. And so it's remote. I get to work here from my office because the whole Syntax team is remote. Except for Ben, who's my manager over at Century. He works in Toronto and sometimes goes into the Toronto office. Um, what was I saying? I should probably have notes or something. Oh yeah, it was struggling to focus. Yeah, just talking about my camera. Yeah, the kit lens, I think it has an f-stop of 3.5, and it's at a minimum. It goes down to I think 18 millimeter, but the lower millimeters gives you the wide angle, so you can see my background. And then the f-stop is what gives you that background blur. And that is about all I know about cameras. And also, I set the ISO so that depending on how much lighting I have, you set the ISO to try to get it between 0 and 0.3. F-stop is how big the aperture is on the lens. Like the bigger it is, the more light it lets in, and the more background blur you'll get. Because you'll see if I back up here, it's not blurry because it's on autofocus for humans. It's looking for my face, but then when I come up here, it blurs anything that's not in focus. Yeah, the bokeh. Bokeh is the term there. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a good question from Aaron who says, what will my videos be focused on at Syntax? So initially, I'm going to try and take some of the upcoming topics that they cover on the podcast. So go to syntax.fm, look at the shows, and they cover all kinds of things, front end, back end, all kinds of stuff. And so because for the longest time, the Syntax was just an audio podcast, but about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, they started doing video podcasts. So now you can watch them on YouTube. And also if you listen to podcasts on Spotify, they have the video podcast on there. And you might not know this, but YouTube now has this feature called podcasts, where channels can publish podcasts, and all of their more recent episodes are listed here as well. So the idea is, when a podcast comes out, I potentially will publish a video that kind of dives deeper into the stuff that they're talking about, while like showing code examples, building apps that use the technologies that they're talking about. That's the main idea. So I'm going to kind of be the video counterpart to their podcast. And then beyond that, if I have ideas for videos that aren't necessarily on the podcast, I'll do those as well. And they'll have me on the podcast every once in a while, maybe like 4 times a year. It's not set in stone, but I will be on the podcast a couple of times, just so people know who I am, I guess. So yeah, videos are basically aligned with what the podcast is covering. Yeah. So right now, no more Try Day Friday right now. But I hope that after I get rolling and after I start publishing videos, I might have the spare time and the free time to maybe take like Friday afternoon off and then do Try Day Friday. That could be fun to do, but we'll see. Right now, you can expect sporadic coding garden streams like in the mornings or the evenings until I've figured out my flow at work and everything. Yeah, it gives depth of focus. The closest is more focus, but darkest. Yeah. Tighter depth of field. Yeah. 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 What's up one line of me? Am I listed on their LinkedIn? Maybe we just announced on all the social platforms and everything today. So if not, it'll happen soon. Yeah, that's I mean, you might think that the background is a blue screen. I mean, actually, I do have this. Hello? But as you can see, this camera is not as good. I'm gonna adjust my blue screen. I need to get another nice camera for my blue screen setup. This is just like a little USB camera. I guess do I have I think I have automatic white balance on. That's not good. This view looks more familiar. Yeah, exactly. uh cool. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, let me know other questions that you have as well. And what's up, Julian? Welcome in. So right now the podcasts are not live. So they're pre-recorded and then they're edited down for podcast platforms and then also for video podcasts. I think they eventually hope to maybe do a couple of live episodes, but not yet. Yeah, follow Syntax everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Threads. We have a syntax command, !syntax. Click all those links. Follow them absolutely everywhere. Yeah, so for now, you can't expect any regular coding garden streams, but I hope that will change when I figure out my schedule and maybe I'll do like mornings, evenings, sometimes weekends, that kind of things. SRG Learn Code says the way you explain things is very near to both juniors and pros. We need you. We love you. Thank you, SRG. And I really do hope that so yeah, go sub to the Syntax YouTube channel because that's where I'm going to be posting, and I've got some cool stuff coming. So if you enjoy my content, you're going to enjoy the stuff that I'm publishing over on the Syntax channel. Yeah, I mean, like I said, for now, I just really don't know how the coding garden stream, how often it will happen, or what the topics will be. Yeah, start early, leave early. See, exactly, that's what people do, right? But yeah, I could start. Yeah, exactly. Start work early, leave at 3 p.m. my time, then we get a nice little stream. Yes. Also, I don't want to be exhausted, like, so I also have to consider how much energy I have. You know. Yeah, that was the old camera. Oh, the volume skyrocketed? Well, let me fix that while I'm thinking about it. Hopefully that's better. Aaron says, if we get CJ and HT, it can only be a good thing. Thanks. Says, congrats and hope you the best in the new adventure. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. They didn't. This is my camera. No, this is mine. Yeah, you're right. Doesn't it though? It has 4K. Maybe it's 4K 30. You're probably right. Well, I'd love to watch content about things every dev is supposed to already know, but in reality, most don't understand. I hope to cover things like this. Like, I mean, a lot of the early coding garden stuff was very beginner focused, but I think that there is a content gap out there of like more intermediate stuff. And yeah. Threads is the Instagram Twitter replacement. What's up, Stony? Yeah. Yeah, Ryan. Like I said, I'll have to figure out the schedule, but yeah. What's up, Rambling Geek? And thank you, user. Appreciate that. Yeah. And Arth says, I have by far exceeded the timeline of the client's website, trying to fit everything to work. It's just an awkward situation. It happens. I haven't done freelance work directly, but I used to work at a consultancy. And yeah, depending on the kind of contract that you set up, it can be very tricky because if you do like fixed budget and you're not done by the time you said you were, then like you're losing money at that point. But yeah. What made the decision to go back to being employed? This is a good one, and Let me think about that. I mean, well, ultimately, like I saw that Syntax posted it, and that got me that got my like, the gears turning because it's the only place that I applied to. Like I wasn't necessarily looking for a job, but I saw that they posted their job, and it got me thinking. It was like, all right, if I could get a full-time salary to kind of do what I'm doing now, but actually have the time to like work on edited videos, because because Coding Garden has mostly been live streams, I've never really felt like I had the time to focus on editing videos and recording videos that weren't live streams. And um, with Syntax, it feels like I can do that. So yeah, that's basically why. Yeah. What kind of content at Syntax are you looking forward to making the most? Everything. Not like there. Like I mean, I guess it's not any spoilers of like videos that I'm going to be working on, but um, first of all, you all will be excited about this because it's one of the most popular things that I do on the Coding Garden channel. But I'm gonna do a nice edit for setting up a Mac for development. So yeah, 3 years ago, that video had like over 200,000 views, and then this one that I posted a year ago had 160,000 views. But basically, I'm gonna do this, but much cleaner. I'm not gonna be live. I'm going to, um, I'm gonna. It's gonna be cool, and probably at most 30 minutes. But I'm shooting for like a 20-minute video that just like runs down everything that I use, shows you how I set up a MacBook, that kind of thing, and then I am basically picking a couple of old Syntax episodes that I get to make some episodes on, some video episodes, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do probably one on Drizzle because I haven't used Drizzle personally. I've used Prisma, I've used tons of ORMs that have come and gone, like Bookshelf and Sequelize and Objection and Waterline and Type ORM. So I really want to try Drizzle. So I'll probably do a video on Drizzle. And it might not just be Drizzle. It could be, I haven't exactly settled on the full outline there, but it could potentially be like comparing it to other ORMs and stuff. So yeah, those are the two main ones that I'm planning right now. Cool. Oh, thank you, Freebly. Is that a fake background? It could be. I thought about like actually having a blue screen with an image of the background, and then like it was a real background all along. But yeah, it's real. Watch, it's like I can show you this Charizard. Oh. I'm pretty sure this Charizard is in Portuguese. I For the longest time I thought it was in Spanish, but if anybody speaks Portuguese in the chat, can you tell me? See if we can get it to focus. I got this when I was a kid, basically. I lived in Europe when I was a kid, so come on, there we go. So some of the Pokemon cards I opened were like French and Italian, and it is Portuguese, yeah. So yeah, so I have a Charizard, a Venusaur, and a Blastoise, all in Portuguese, and I either opened or traded for all of these. Cool. Will we finish listed? Yeah, I'm gonna find time to do it, and if anything, I might like do it off stream, but do my best to document what happened and like the major points. Because the biggest issue with listed is just everything takes me so long when I'm doing it live. So yeah. 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 Exactly. I'm gonna be right here, everyone. I'm gonna be in the same room, but just uploading videos to a different channel. That's it. Yeah, so I see new people coming in. The big announcement is that I am joining or have joined the Syntax team full time as a senior creator. So I'm going to be working on videos for the Syntax YouTube channel. They are a web dev podcast, if you haven't heard of them. And about 2 weeks ago, they started publishing a video podcast, but they want to expand their content. So I'm going to be doing deep dives into some of the topics that they cover on the podcast and also things that I want to do as well. But they'll be more polished, edited videos than you're used to seeing from me. And those will be uploaded here on the Syntax channel. Am I going to do Svelte content? I probably will. Their website here is built in Svelte, and so I've already been working in that code base. So I might find some interesting video ideas out of just working in a Svelte code base. And thank you, Tyler. And am I going to be in front of or behind the camera with Syntax? So I won't be on the podcast regularly. Yeah, I won't be on the podcast. I will just be making separate videos, but under the Syntax brand. Yeah. What do you mean by this user? Do you mean, you might mean like, what about like Twitch subs and YouTube memberships? Is that what you mean? And that is up to you. I'm not going to end those things on Coding Garden, but you all will know that I'm publishing less often there. So if you don't want to support me monetarily anymore, that's completely fine. That's completely fine. But yeah. Yeah. Exactly. This is exactly what it is. Like a 9 to 5 where I get to do what I love, and it's kind of amazing. I still can't believe it. I really still can't believe that I got the job. So yeah. This is from their comment earlier. The problem is that when I started that project, the client froze for a month, and by that time I got hired as full-time. Yeah, it happens. It happens. For sure. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I have been spending the past 2 weeks learning about cameras, lenses. I've taken courses on video editing. I've practiced some video editing on things that I haven't published yet, but I'm learning more about how to really do cool stuff in DaVinci Resolve. So yeah, it's a new thing for me as well, but I'm excited. I'll be live for probably about 2 hours. My wife is cooking dinner in about 2 hours, so well, dinner will be ready in about 2 hours, so that's when I'll leave. I'd also love if you teach other dev tips and tricks to produce edutainment. Yeah, I honestly, this probably won't be for the Syntax channel, but and thank you, Keep On Coding. Thank you for the bits. Yeah, it won't be for the Syntax channel, but because I am editing more and working on stuff, I think I want to do a video on just like a studio tour, and I'll publish that to the Coding Garden YouTube channel. So I'll talk about my cameras and my mics and my lighting. The amount of lighting I have right now is actually kind of insane. Oh, this I see. This is louder because both microphones were on. Now it's just one mic. Now I'm learning a lot about lighting, but I do know that you see a ton of lights in this scene. Really, the main reason you see so many lights in that scene is because of the blue screen. Uh, you can't hear me on that scene. I got to work on my OBS setup too. But yeah, lots of lighting, and actually, I'll show you on this scene here. We've got the background lit up. What if I do that and I do that? I mean, it still kind of looks all right because I actually have 2 lights right here as well. Actually, let me just show you with no lights. Oh, oh, where's the other one? Yeah, and then the lights, and so this, I'm learning lighting terms too. So this light is technically a bounce light, not purposefully, but it's on to light the blue screen, and the light reflecting from the blue screen is bouncing off onto me. That's a pro photography and video term. That's my bounce light. And then these are my key lights. They key me, and then these are my I guess they're background lighting. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I'll be editing my own videos, but Syntax also recently hired Randy, who's the podcast producer, and he does the. Oh, you can't see my screen. They recently hired a Randy, and he does the editing for the video podcast, and I'm sure he's going to help me out with some of my videos too. Yeah, but I'm going to be the main editor, and then also Caitlin does editing for any of the shorts that you see on TikTok and Twitter. Actually, Randy and Caitlin share the load there, but Randy handles editing the video podcast. I'm gonna make you miss your entertainment. Like I said, I'm gonna at least try to do 1 stream a week, and at a certain point, I'll be regularly uploading to Syntax, so to the Syntax YouTube channel. So you will see me um, there as well. We have some basic agreements. I guess I'm not going to talk about that stuff because it's like it's more internal. But yes, I'm going to try to get to a point where I'm regularly posting videos on the channel. Yeah, from 5-star content to was this 6-star content? And thank you, Refactor, for 46 months OG sub. I appreciate that. Yeah, and actually, so it's not an OG Game Boy. It looks like one, but I actually unboxed this on stream. It is an emulator. It's actually a retro flag, and it literally just has a Raspberry Pi Zero inside of here. So yeah. Make a background video with Sora. Yeah, I mean we can chat about Sora. Really, the only news I've heard about Sora is I watched MKBHD's video on it, but it is this one, and he showed some examples. Um, like let's see if we can get some like this one. So like this is an AI generated video. Which like if you look close enough, you're like, oh well, this maybe looks like a video game, but this one was crazy, right? Have you ever seen rendered like hair look so good? The thing is like it's not rendered though, right? Because it's based on like it was trained on videos and images. But like if you try to do something like this like in Unreal Engine, um I feel like yeah, some of the more recent stuff we've seen looks super legit and real, but the fact that this is just generated is kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Opti? Thanks for your likes and comments. I saw you on Twitter. Soon there will be auto-generated movies, but yeah. I mean, I think like I don't know how soon, right? Because even Sora like isn't available for everyone, right? Like it's only like early certain people have early access. And then even then, I mean, I don't know if they announced how much it's going to cost, but the amount of GPU power required to do these kinds of videos is probably insane. Um so yeah, I don't know how far we are away from being able to easily generate these videos that aren't like super expensive. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let me keep catching up on chat. Um, nice. Yeah, and so I'm basically setting up my MacBook that Sentry sent me for work, but I'm documenting the whole process and I'll turn it into a fun little video. Yeah. Yeah, I lived in Germany for a few years when I was young. You know, like, my background is entirely AI generated. Yeah. Yeah. It is Spanish? Okay, so I mean, okay, maybe it is Spanish. I feel like yeah, what's up? What's up, Chad? Good to see you. I feel like I showed it on stream before and multiple people are like, "Yeah, that's not Spanish. It is Portuguese," but I don't know. I'll show you one more time. When did I start working for them? Monday. I started on Monday. Yeah, I've been getting onboarded to Sentry and just like learning how the whole team works and everything. Yeah. Do I like Vue, Angular, or React more? I'm using Angular right now to make a web app and it's pretty fun, but brain hurting. It all depends. I probably have, for me, I could probably build apps the quickest with Vue. And that's because there's a lot less boilerplate. You have a lot more, yeah, a lot less boilerplate. And um, you don't have to work with immutable state like you do in React, or if you're using observables with Angular, or like RxJS with Angular, which can get pretty crazy. With Vue, you just modify your state object and the view updates, which is pretty cool. With React, things get pretty complicated with like immutable state. So yeah, I use Vue, but I've used all three. I've used all three. Well, I do any collabs with the other newly employed folks. What do you mean? Like collabs with like Randy? Is that what you mean? Please clarify. Also, I'm 10 minutes behind on chat, so I'm gonna try to catch up. Yeah. Yeah, thanks again, Keep On Coding. Thank you for those bits. Yeah, I mean it's like I talk about it like it is true. Like I am also bringing an audience to Syntax as well. Not as big, but I do have my own audience that I'm bringing to them. I mean, I guess which is why they hired me. That's one. I mean, one aspect of it is that I have. I don't know. Well, thank you, SRG. I haven't done anything special to the camera. My USB camera, though, I can never get the coloring just right. Yeah. And thank you, Bukhari Dev. Appreciate that. So right now, I have to figure out my schedule and workflow at Syntax. That's full time. Any Coding Garden streams will be either before or after work or like on the weekends. Yeah, thank you, Opti. Is that the Syntax, CJ? Yeah. I appreciate that, Bukhari Dev. Yeah. Key light. Oh, I haven't learned about rim lights. Key lights, rim lights. Yeah. Am I out of sync? Check 1 2. It's not blue light because the bounce light is like here. I don't know. What YouTube coding creator video styles are you inspired by and taking your inspiration from? This is a great question. I don't think I've even talked about this with the Syntax team, but I'm not. I'm taking inspiration from not coding creators. So places like and channels like MKBHD, Linus Tech Tips, and then also even like non-technical channels in how they typically like my goal is to tell stories, right? So like typically you'll see with coding content, it's kind of just like here's this thing, here's how to use it, etc. Sort of. I mean, it varies, obviously, but the things that really get engagement on YouTube are stories, right? So they have they have story arcs, right? And sometimes it's even like the hero's journey. And so I've been thinking a lot about how can I take that and apply it to technical content, and then also looking at how some of the other channels do things like B-roll and camera angles and other interesting things like that. So I would say I'm not necessarily inspired by coding content creators, more so like the greater YouTube creators, and I'm going to try to bring that into coding, if that makes sense. I also have to realize it. I think in the first video you see me publish on the Syntax channel, I think you'll start to understand what I mean by that. Yeah. Yeah, Refactory, it is exciting. Welcome in. And hello, chicken. Was a requirement to have a funny pic? Yeah, I guess I haven't showed that one yet. So this is Randy's. He made an album, I think he said when he was 17. I Run on Love, and here's mine. I've never showed this picture to stream before. I believe I was 16 years old, and this was at some school dance. And yeah, I had really spiky hair. I was also wearing Converse with my tuxedo, which you can't see, but yeah. And then you can see Wes's. I think the name of this file is emo.jpg. And then Scott was a breakdancer, and Caitlin has a photo from high school where, like school spirit, you know. And then Ben has Benjamin as his photo. Razor cut eyebrows? No. Oh, actually, I don't know if you've ever. I mean, you could probably see this now that my camera's in HD. I have a scar, and it's from. I was very young, probably like 8 or 9 years old, and I was walking into the bathroom at a Denny's. Somebody came out and the door smacked me in the face, and I have this scar on my eyebrow now. So yeah, that's how that happened. uh, oh yeah, and this is my new headshot. Yeah. Yeah, the way that retro flag works is the game cartridge, you put a Raspberry Pi inside of it, like that. It's super cool. and I'm still way behind on chat, but I'll catch up. I mean, this is a casual stream. Honestly, here's my money back guarantee. When I get caught up on chat, we're gonna write some code because that's what we do here. We write code. Oh, thank you, Estanix. I appreciate that. Um, I don't know how long you've been here, TG Digital, but the short of it is I got hired at Syntax to help make videos for their YouTube channel. I will not be a regular occurrence on the podcast, but I will be on the team and helping them with their other social channels and making YouTube videos. That's the short of it. Yeah. Yeah, and Fireship, Fireship had a video about Sora. I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Good summary, Josh. Thank you very much for that. Um Yes. So ultimately, because Syntax got acquired by Sentry last year, I work for Sentry and I'm on the Syntax team, Syntax organization. Yep. Yeah. With the news about Sora, this I mean MKBHD covers it in his video, but footage like drone shots, that's people's jobs, right? So people get hired to go do drone shots of various areas. Like this one specifically. MKBHD made a call out to this one. And it's like, if you can just generate this, you don't have to hire somebody to go film this. And then also just like B-roll in general. So like a lot of times you'll see just like kind of generic things happening in a video that they'll cut to when they're describing something. And now you can just generate that. You don't really even need to, and you can generate hyper specific things as well. So yeah, yes. What's up, Mitzik? Starting a coding bootcamp. Nice. Hope to get a software dev job by July and August. I'll be learning about React and Node Express. Nice. I have no idea what the job market is like in New Zealand, but I will say it's hard out there. It's very hard out there. But if you give it all you've got, work really hard, like work on projects, have a really nice portfolio, you definitely have a chance. But I will say it's hard out there. Everyone's looking for jobs right now. Yeah. So does Sentry use Sentry to monitor Sentry? They do. there's a whole Sentry monitoring dashboard for Syntax, and yes, they monitor their own stuff as well. How long is your ramp up to get used to content creation for a brand that is not yours? I don't know. This is my first time doing that, doing this. Um, but honestly, so I had to make a video as a part of the interview process. I'm not going to show it right now because I just want to clear it with the team, but I will probably post that like on the Coding Garden YouTube channel so you can see the video that I made because I had the Syntax brand in mind when I made the video. So I'll try to publish that. Did you hear about that company that was scammed out of millions because the bad guys created deepfake images and video and got on Zoom and oh, I could believe it. Yeah. So they basically created deep faked video that looked like the CEO, the CFO, and then like made some kind of deal and got them to transfer money. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And thank you, TG Digital. Yeah. Who do you like more, Wes or Scott? Come on. They are both awesome, and I'm extremely, I guess, is privileged. I'm very privileged to even be on the same team as them. It still doesn't feel real, and yeah, they're both awesome. 7 minutes behind on chat. Thoughts on Apple removing PWA support on iOS in the EU? I haven't read the news articles, but it's unfortunate, right? Like for the longest time, that has been the major reason why PWAs haven't necessarily taken off as much, is because iOS didn't have the best support for some of the APIs that were better supported on like Android. But yeah, it's yeah, that's all I got. Drop game is behind the camera layer now. I think I'm okay with that. Am I? I don't know. Okay, I moved it. Oh, thank you, Ghost Comrade. I'm in sync. All right, all right. And thank you, One Line of Me. Yeah, you saw all the young photos. Yeah, they're really funny. Yeah. Johnny Harris sounds familiar. Yeah, I've seen his videos and have taken notes when watching his videos. So he's definitely an inspiration as well. And then also Casey Neistat as well. Yeah, basically that's where my mind's at. Is like try to use the editing and filming techniques that they use, but apply it to educational coding content. Yeah. Thank you, STMZY. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And Chronic Stev, good to see you. Boy fan, yeah. Uh, the butterfly effect is real, yeah. So for now, Syntax is a video podcast. Yes, they've talked about wanting to live stream episodes, but we don't know what that's going to look like. Um, but for now, yeah, Syntax is pre-recorded and then edited and uploaded as a video podcast. And then that maybe wasn't what you were asking. The videos that I create, yes, those will all be pre-recorded and edited before upload. They will not be live. I might do some live streams on the Syntax channel. That's another thing you could potentially look forward to is instead of doing Friday here, maybe I do it on the Syntax channel. I don't know. That's still stuff that we'll figure out. But yeah. At this point, streaming will be my secondary income because the being on the Syntax team will be my primary. If and when we write some code, how do we make our web app a subscription SaaS product? Is it super simple or complex? I haven't even begun to dive into that rabbit hole. It depends. I think like if you're using a CMS of some kind, a lot of times those CMSs have plugins that actually make it pretty simple to add subscriptions and stuff like that. If it's a completely custom product, then you kind of just have to write it from scratch and you'll do like an integration with Stripe or whatever payment provider works in the country that your app is running in. But when I worked at a consultancy, we implemented subscriptions through Stripe in a custom built app. There was no CMS or anything. And it wasn't insane. I think Stripe basically makes it super easy if you're able to use Stripe. And thank you, Johnny Drama. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like Acid Spark is mentioning is like generating these videos eventually. Yeah, you'll be able to do it locally. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, my job started this past Monday. Yeah, I mean, you know me though. I've never said anything crazy on stream, and usually my takes are pretty measured, which is not exciting. Um, my job is more than likely safe. Wait, what? Can I click this, Josh? I'm gonna click it anyways. Let's see. Exposure to GPTs by occupation. Exposure to GPTs by what? Annual wage, total employment. I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay. um, and appreciate that, Minzik. Yeah. Does Sentry do normal analytics or is it all performance and error based? As far as I know, like I need to learn about the product. I've only been working there a week. I need to learn. But as far as I know, it's mainly error tracking, performance. They have session replay. Let's learn. Let's learn about Sentry really quick. um, cool. So they have like alerting for errors, dashboards, queries. But basically, what Ched is asking about is like, could you replace Google Analytics with Sentry? And I don't think you can. I think that, yeah, I don't think you can. Profiling. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say 80% sure you can't do that with Sentry. But I don't know if you would want to. I think there are other good products for analytics. Yeah, I'm an employee of Sentry on the Syntax team. That's the long and short of it. Thank you, Hello Chicken. Yeah. Yeah, see you later, Stanix. Thank you for dropping in, and we'll see you around. Yeah, so because they allow multiple browser engines, well, okay, that's actually an interesting point. I didn't think about this angle, but if Chrome and Firefox are going to be allowed to have their own custom browser engine on iOS, then that means you can use the PWA features inside of those browsers. However, right now it's only in the EU, but maybe that's why they're dropping support. Is like, well, if you can use other browsers, then why should Safari have to worry about it? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been in watching a lot of like Vox and also even like Vice videos and stuff like that. Yeah, I see. Johnny McGrath, I have not heard. Let me look him up. It's like a Svelte creator. It looks like he's mainly doing Svelte stuff. Yeah. See you later, Zero Turner. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Just subscribe to Syntax. Had no idea about it. Seems yeah, they're great. I mean, so like I used to listen to Syntax like every day that I could. I don't think they've always been. Yeah, I don't think they've always been publishing 3 a week. They used to do like two a week. Um, Thank you, SSON. Thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. But when I used to have like a 20-minute commute to work, I'd listen to a Syntax podcast or Syntax episode. Um, or, I mean, and these days, if I'm traveling, like if I'm going to be on an airplane or things like that, I'll download a bunch of episodes I haven't listened to and listen to Syntax. It's great. It's great. Cool. Cool. I've heard of Virtual. I haven't seen his videos though. Hey, Omarel, welcome in. Yeah, that would be scary. Finding your likeness in an AI video. Only the top of the industry is being affected by GPTs. Yeah. Well, that's kind of the unfortunate part, I guess, right? I don't know, but yeah. You're totally right, Eddie. A Try-Day Friday where we add Sentry to probably to list it, honestly. I think you'd be back. Appreciate that. I don't think that's in their product offering, Ryan. You would use like GitHub Actions for running tests or something like that. Um, they mainly do like error reporting. So basically, let's see how to get started with front end error monitoring. And you can see it in um, example project here. So create the project in your dashboard, and then install it as a dependency, and then just put this little piece of code in your main entry point of your React app, and that should be it. That's literally all you have to do. But basically, by adding their little SDK initialization here, uh, everything that happens within the app is going to get reported back to Sentry, and you can then have a dashboard to see that stuff. So you have trace sample rate, which is capturing your transactions, and then replay session. So this idea of session replay is you will literally see what a user was doing on your website when something happened. You'll see them moving the mouse and then clicking and like all of that. And so you can set your um, what is this called again? Your rate limit. I forget, a sample rate is literally right there. Sample rate. So a sample rate of 10% means it's tracking 10% of like every movement that the user is doing on the page. And if you increase that, it's going to be reporting more back to Sentry, and then your amount of usage will be you'll be able to use less because it's reporting more. So you can set that. But this literally lets you see what the user was doing on your site when an error happened, and then traces will show you. Like I said, I still got to learn about the product, but basically, add this to your React app, and now it starts keeping track of everything that happens in your app. So if someone does something on your page and it causes like a JavaScript error in the console, that's going to report back to Sentry. You're going to see it in your dashboard, and then you can go through and click and see what was the user doing when this error popped up, that kind of thing. So you would use this in addition to some other CI server that like runs tests or something like that. Yeah, no idea. Because I think right now all of the AI videos here, these are just marketing, right? Like these are ones that look at those little pandas. This is a cool one. I kind of want this as a backdrop. This is a super cool one. Coding idea for the stream. Using Vue, how would you tackle a UI with a sidebar of various square tiles that can be dragged and dropped on a grid that you can dynamically add rows and columns? I would just use a library because I've seen one before that can do exactly what you're talking about. Vue.draggable. Let's see. Yeah, this is basic just lists, but I forget what I searched for to find exactly what you were talking about. Almost like a widget dashboard where you could like drag the widgets around and stuff like that. You've never been pushed syntax vids? Um, yeah, well, I'm glad you subbed. Yeah, I think a little bit of context and history. The syntax YouTube channel used to be Level Up Tutorials, which is Scott's company. You can actually watch this video for context because he talks about how the YouTube channel was Level Up Tutorials, but then when Sentry acquired Syntax, they also acquired Level Up Tutorials. So that's when the Level Up Tutorials YouTube channel got rebranded as Syntax. And then now only recently are you starting to see more Syntax branded videos. Before that, Scott was kind of like uploading every now and then with just like short videos, but they weren't exactly like Syntax branded. But now you're seeing like the video podcast and stuff like that. Yeah. Nice sabotage. Like you forget that you need to tell your mom because you were listening to Syntax. Nice. Be nice to your moms. I agree. How's the free tier? I think it's pretty generous. The other thing is, which is pretty slick, and honestly, I think why Sentry has gotten so big is that you can self-host. So if you don't want to do their paid platform, you can host it on your own server, and it's open source. There you go, self-hosted Sentry. But as you know, setting up and managing a server isn't exactly easy. So a lot of customers will start off as self-hosted, and then like once your company is like up and running, and maybe you have like you're actually making money, you can afford to like just pay Sentry to host it for you. Yeah, kind of like a Hotjar for error reporting. I haven't heard of Hotjar. Here, yeah. Consider this old Tony inheritance machining. Let's see. Cool. I'll check them out. What was the other one? Inheritance machining. Cool. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the errors that they were coming across? Will you believe it? We've caught up on chat. Yeah, we did it, SRG. We caught up on chat. I'm actually here. Um, Nero says that explains why I was already subscribed to Syntax. Yeah, and like I said, Scott has a video that described kind of like what happened, but that's essentially it. If you were subscribed to Level Up Tutorials, you are now subscribed to Syntax. Yeah. Congrats on chat catching up on chat. Nice. All right, let's write some code. Here we go. Let's do a speed run. Let's get some code going. So what you're saying is, I'm here to write some code. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to sort Code Wars by most completed, and we'll do JavaScript. Actually, after this, we'll spin a wheel, and I'll try to solve it with a different programming language. We'll do JavaScript for the first one, and then we'll spin a wheel, and like we'll pick PHP or Rust or Go or something like that. And let's do Katas I haven't trained on. And let's just do a speed run. So we're going to do a 7Q speed run. So if you haven't heard of Code Wars, to 2Q, it would take me like an entire day to solve a 2Q. I mean, I'm probably exaggerating, but those are not easy. But if you're not familiar with Code Wars, the difficulty goes from 8Q, the easiest, all the way up to 1Q, the hardest. So 8Q are going to be things like there's less array methods, I think. Like it's very pretty like basic stuff for 8Q. 7Q gets a little bit harder. There's more like array methods and like maybe like nested loops and stuff like that. And then 6 kind of just has a lot of times there are like multiple 7Q problems that build up to a 6Q, and it just goes from there. So first, we're going to do a 7Q speed run, which I know I can do several of them because I can code those pretty fast. Even if we were to choose 5Q, it would probably take me sometimes 10 minutes just to solve one 5Q. Yeah, and I've only so I used to do a stream where I still do it every now and then. But if you look in Coding Garden on the playlist for Katas, Code Wars. Why is it not at the top? Yeah, there's this playlist here. There are only over 70 or over 60 episodes where I would just go live and start solving Code Wars problems. You can check that out over here. And in those episodes, I've only ever done like maybe 2 1Qs. We can see, but one of the 1Qs is like implement the SQL programming language, basically. Like, let's see. Become immortal. That's comedy gold. Yeah, so like functional SQL is one that I did get working. Honestly, this is kind of like implementing your own version of Connects or Keysly, if you've heard of those libraries. Basically, you have to create you have to be able to chain these lookup methods, and it actually works on arrays of data. But yeah, we finished that one, and then another one I did was the tiny 3-pass compiler. So this is like a tiny compiler. There's like this custom language, and you need to compile it to be able to run the language. Stuff like that. Yeah. All right. Let's write some code. Let's do 7Q, and let's see how many I can do in 7 minutes. So we'll set a 7-minute timer. And we'll do things I have not trained on. So these will be problems I've never seen before. And people do these 1Qs for fun? Yeah. Should I switch to the blue screen for this? Just let me know in chat. Should I stay on this cam or should we go to blue screen? This cam is fine. Stay. Okay, we'll stay. People like it. I mean, it is HD. Like I don't want to get close to the camera because you can see my pores. You can literally see my pores. Okay. I'm curious why this one has a check mark on it. Maybe because I didn't do this one with JavaScript. All right. 7 minutes on the clock. How many 7Q katas can I do in 7? Let's try that again. Maybe this will be a YouTube video. Hello, friends. Welcome to Coding Garden. I am going to do a 7Q code kata speed run. So if you are not familiar with Code Wars, they have coding problems that you can solve. They range from the easiest difficulty of 8Q all the way up to 1Q, which is the hardest. We're going to pick 7Q, which is still fairly easy, but we're going to try to do as many as we can in 7 minutes. Here we go. And all of these problems I have not seen before. So the first one is simple beads count. I feel like I've seen this one before and I don't want to solve it. Okay, 2 red beads are placed between every 2 blue beads. There are in blue beads. After looking at the arrangement below, work out the number of red beads. I don't want to do this. I don't. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna skip it. It's my show. I don't have to do it. I'm skipping it. Next one. Okay. I think every time I come across it, I'm like, I don't know what this is asking me to do. All right. Task. Given an array of integers. Wait, what's my sorting method? That's why. Wait, or is it? I don't know. Okay. And yeah, good call. Let's reset the timer. Everybody. This is look, it's my show. I get to decide if how things go here. But here we go. 7 minutes on the clock. We're gonna start by This one called minimize sum of array. Given an array of integers, find the minimum sum which is obtained from summing each two integers product. So it'll contain positive only. Yeah, sort by mood. It'll have an even size. So for example, you get a list like this and you need to return 22 because the minimum sum is I see. Listen, it's my show and we're going to reset the timer. We're going to start over and I'm not going to do that. But I can't skip this next one. I cannot skip this. This next one we have to do that one. All right. 7 minutes on the clock. Let's go. Unlucky days. Friday the 13th or Black Friday is considered as an unlucky day. Calculate how many unlucky days are in the given year. I also don't want to do this, but we're going to power through it. So how am I supposed to know how many Friday the 13ths there are? But here's the thing. The reason these are hard is probably because I've been avoiding these on stream for the longest time. Because I keep solving mod by 7, but how am I supposed to know that? We're gonna skip this one too. You know what? We're just gonna pick. Let me find a different sorting algorithm. Positive feedback. How about that? Right? Because here's the other thing is these are user submitted problems. So this is what we're gonna do. Last one. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do another YouTube intro. If that stuff didn't make it earlier, hello, my name is CJ. I'm gonna solve some 7Q code katas as fast as possible. Here we go. 7 minutes. As many 7Q code katas in 7 minutes. All right, first one. Your task, return the number of JavaScript developers coming from Europe. So you have a list. It has a bunch of objects in it. And you want everyone where continent is Europe. Here we go. Now. We have a list. And we just want to filter it. Where every dev has a continent that is Europe. And we want to grab the length of that. Done. See, this is a speed run. This is what we like to see. Okay, Lucas is not so it's multiple. So we want JS developers, not just European developers. So where their language is Europe and so their continent is Europe and their language is Europe. So d.language. Language is JavaScript. All right, this is it. First try. All right, second try. There we go. All right, one down. Next one, reverse a number. Given a number, write a function that outputs the reverse digits. Okay, so I also see that they want us to maintain like negative numbers. So first, I'm going to take the absolute value. So we'll do math.absolute value of the number, and then we're going to toString it. And then JavaScript is convoluted, so you have to turn it into an array to call the reverse method. And that's going to give us the result. And we want to return that result as a number because we're going to turn it back into a number. But if it was negative, we need to multiply it by -1. So I'll just do a little ternary. So if n is less than 0, then we'll do number times -1. Otherwise, we'll do the number itself. All right. First try. Oh, God. Not first try. Did I understand the problem correctly? Oh. Get rid of the zeros? I guess that would be fine, too. What am I doing wrong here? So expected nan to equal 321. Let's log in. Oh, because I need to join it back together. That's what I missed. So split it, reverse it, join it. Yeah, that's it. First try. There we go. Okay. That's all right. We are 3 minutes in, and we've only done 2. Let's keep going. So, minimize the sum of the array. Is this the one that we skipped earlier? Yeah, I don't want to do this one. Parts of a list. I think I'm making up the rules as I go, but I get to pick and choose what I do. Write a function part list that gives all the ways to divide a list of at least 2 elements into 2 non-empty parts. What? 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 What does this even want us to do? So we get an array that has I wish I hadn't come. And then, oh, we combine each. Okay, so we're combining each word successively with the rest. Fascinating. Okay, so this is gonna take me 3 minutes, I swear. Okay, so we want array. I'm gonna have to do it with some for loops. All right, so we have this first for loop, which is going to iterate over each of the things in the input array. And we want to do that while I is less than array.length. Increment I on each iteration. From there, we want to push result. Okay. Yeah, easy. So we want to grab the left half of the array. So we'll do array dot slice. We're going to grab a slice of the array. We want to start at I, and we want to start at 0 and go to I, and that's going to give us the left half. Splice. I feel like splice puts it in. We want slice to get a slice of the array, and then we want to join that together on spaces. And then we want to do the same thing with the right-hand side. So we'll do starting at I to the end. Let's see what this gives us. Expected. I+1. Yeah, you're completely right. So it's non-inclusive on the end there. It wants us to put in an array. And thank you, the Shibas. Thank you very much for that sub. Or that gift. That gift. That's awesome. So it wants us to put an array that has both of those two things inside of it. Okay, expected I. And then I need to join the one on the right-hand side. We'll get there, everybody. Join this one on spaces, too. I wish I hadn't come. Okay, so this will be I+1 right here. I wish I hadn't come. I wish I hadn't come. I wish I hadn't come. And then if it's the last one in the list, yeah, we want to do length less than length minus 1. Well, like I said, I told you it was gonna take me 3 minutes to do that one. Yeah, there we go. We gotta do another one. This was I feel like I'm not warmed up. We did how many in 7 minutes? Because we only have 10 seconds left. We did did we just do this one? Yeah, so we did parts of a list. That's 1. We did reverse a number. We did the higher order function series. Yes, we only did 3. I can do better. Here we go. Give me another 7 minutes. Seven queues? Honestly, we could reverse the problem. How long does it take me to do 7 queues? Yeah? Let's do that. So we'll try to make this YouTube content as well. Hello friends, welcome to Coding Garden. In this video, I am going to attempt as many 7Q code katas as I can. Wait, what's the, scratch that. Hello, friends. Welcome to Coding Garden. In this video, I am going to attempt to solve, wait, what am I doing? How long does it take me to solve 7Q? Okay, let's do it again. Hello, friends. Welcome to Coding Garden. In this video, I am going to... Hello, friends. Welcome to Coding Garden. In this video, I am going to see how long it takes me to solve 7Q code katas. Yeah, write it down, write it down. If you're not familiar with Code Wars, their katas are arranged from 8Q, which is the easiest, all the way up to 1Q, which is the hardest. And we're going to do 7Q, which is still fairly easy, but we're going to see how long does it take us to do 7 of these. Let's go. Let's go. So, first one, and I'm skipping these because I don't like them. This one I will do, though. Convert an array of strings to an array of numbers. Create a function that yeah, we can do this. Easy, easy. So we get an array of strings, and we want to turn it into an array of numbers. And so we'll just use map for this. So take the string array, we map it, we grab each number, which is a string, and we can pass that into the number constructor. That should turn them into numbers, barring there's not any weird trickiness here. Yeah, that should do it. Easy, easy. All right. That's one down, one down. Next one. Moves in squared strings. I already don't think I'm going to like this. Let's see what it is. The first of a sequence of 4 about squared strings. You will study some transformations of the square of strings. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And the clock's ticking, so it's on me. So this one's called divide and conquer. Given a mixed array of number and string representations of integers, add up the non-string integers and subtract the total from the string integers. I can do this. This is my kind of convoluted programming problem. So you can see our sample input here. We have an array of numbers and strings, and we want to add up the non-string integers and subtract the total of string integers. So we want to add up the non-string integers and the string integers. So I'm going to have 2 variables. We'll have the non-sum started off at 0, and the num sum, and we start that off at 0. And then for each of those, I mean, I could do this with a reduce, but my mind isn't thinking with a reduce right now. So we have each number, and for each of those, if the type of is a string, is this how JavaScript works? Then we will say non-sum plus equals, turn it into a number. Otherwise, the num sum, add the number. Yeah, and then we want to return what? Subtract the total. Yeah, so subtract that. So we want to return non-sum minus num sum. Like that. Subtract the total of the string. No. Other way. Got it. All right. We're 2 minutes in, and we've gotten 2 done. That's great. I'm doing awesome. All right, let's keep moving. Next one, higher order functions. Is Ruby coming? You will be given an array of objects. We already did this one. Oh, but instead of JavaScript, oh no, never mind. It's similar, but it's different. So you'll be assigned to attend the next coding meetup that are organizing, and your task is to return true if at least one Ruby developer has signed up, or false if there will be no Ruby developers. Cool. So we are going to use a fun little array method called sum. So if some of the things in this array, so we have the developer, we want to say if the developer language is Ruby. So this will return true if some of the developers have their language set to Ruby. And that's what we want. I think that's what it's asking for. No, that is not it. This one is not defined. Okay, maybe. I would agree, yeah. So if you haven't heard of the sum array method, this would be a good way to practice, yeah. So, but the cool thing about sum is it exits early, right? So if you use any of the other higher order methods like map or filter or reduce, you can't exit early. This will exit at the first occurrence that it finds. So yeah, sum is pretty slick. There's also every, which will also exit early. Every will return true if every value in the array match what you're looking for. All right, so we did 3. We're at 3. Next one. alphabet symmetry. Consider the word abode. We can see that the letter A is in position 1 and B is in position 2. Yeah. In the alphabet, A and B are also in positions 1 and 2. Notice, I already don't like this one. Notice also that D and E occupy the positions that they would occupy in the alphabet, which are positions 4 and 5. Given an array of words, return an array of the number of letters that occupy their positions in the alphabet for each word. All right, I can do this. It's not going to be straightforward, but I can do it. So, all right. The way we can tell the number in the alphabet is by getting its ASCII code and subtracting a specific value. So, for instance, if we say a.charcode at 0, that's going to give us the ASCII code, 97. And so if we subtract 96 from this, that gives us the letter, the number, the index in the alphabet being 1 based. Great. So we'll 2 lowercase it, so we can always subtract 96, and that should do it to give us the thing. Yeah, that's it. So we will, and in this case, wait, we get an array of strings. For each string, how many letters are in their place? I see. So technically, we can use a map here because the length of the output array is going to be the same as the length of the input array. So we'll use a map. We're going to map over each of these, just call them words. And then for each of these words, we need we need to count how many of their letters are in the correct location. So for this, I'm going to return a reduce. Yeah, we'll do a reduce. We're going to reduce the word into the count of characters in the correct place. So we're going to get the total sum, that's our accumulator, and then we're going to get each individual letter. And then for each letter, we're going to 2 lowercase it. So make it smaller. And then do this. And so this is going to be the alphabet index. And we want to return if the alphabet index, and honestly, if we make it 0 based, then we can just directly compare it to the index. So I'll grab the index here, and if we subtract 97, then that gives us a 0 based index. So if I do alpha index, so yeah, subtract 97, and if that alpha index is equal to its actual index, then we're going to return sum plus 1. Otherwise, don't add to the sum. That's it. First try. Not first try. Okay, words.reduce is not a function. Yeah, you're right. So I need to split that string into an array so that I can use the reduce method. We'll get there. Here we go. Didn't work. All right. Okay, so if you don't specify an initial value on the reduce, it's going to use the first thing in the list, which we don't want. So we want an initial value of 0 on that reduce, so that way it is actually adding numbers together. There we go. That's a first try. Nice. All right, so that is anyone keeping count? Are we at 5 now? Or 4? Third try. 4 or 5. Let me know in the chat. And then this one says some even numbers. Only numbers without decimals can be even. This input is a sequence of numbers or floats, and then we need to sum up the even ones. Super easy. This is another case for reduce. We are taking a list and reducing it down to a single sum. So we're going to return the input. Okay, so that's 4. We take the input. We're going to reduce it to get the sum. And before we forget, we'll start that sum off at 0. And then we're going to get each individual number. And if the number is even, then we'll do sum plus the number. Otherwise, sum stays the same. Now, I have no idea actually what will happen if you do this on a number with a decimal, because that's what they were saying. Numbers without decimals can be even. Would this ever return true? But let's see. All right, that seemed to work for this test case. Let's see if it works for the bigger test cases. It does. Okay, done. All right, that's 5. 5 down. 2 more to go. This one says all unique. Write a program to determine if a string contains only unique characters. Easy, easy. So, this would be false because there's 2 spaces. This is true because it's case insensitive. All right, so a super easy way to do this in JavaScript is turn this into a set, because a set will automatically remove duplicates. So if we do a new set with that, and if we say it's, I don't know why I'm not getting type completion, but yeah, does set have a length or a size? And is that equal to the length of the string? Let's just try out a set really quick. Set dot size? Yeah, size. Size is what we want. So if the set size is equal to the length of the string, then they are all unique. Yeah, easy, easy. That was number 6. We only got one more. Cool. All right. Higher order function series, great developers. Last one. Your task is to return an array where each object will have a new property greeting with the following string value. Hi, first name. What do you like most about language here? We can do this. All right. We will again do a map because we're taking a list of things and turning it into another list of things. And thank you, one computer guy. So we're going to return list .map. So this is going to give us each developer. And then we want to return a template string that looks like this, but we want to put the language here. So in JavaScript, if you're using a backtick template literal, you can use this syntax. And we'll say dev.language. And we'll do dev.firstname over here. Done. Not done. Okay. Did I get something wrong about the instructions? Return an array where each object... Oh, okay. We need a greeting. I see. I see. We need to add the greeting property, not just return a list of strings. I can do that. And honestly, since I'm already using a map, we might as well get a little immutable and functional with it. So if I spread the dev and then add a greeting property, this is going to return a new object for each dev that has a greeting property. Rest. So I have a implicit return here, so I need to wrap this in parenthesis. Yeah, like this. I'm implicitly returning an object, so I need to wrap the curly braces. Otherwise, it thinks it's a function block. All right, we did it. That's 7 in 12 minutes, 49 seconds. It's not like it used to. I can't solve them like I used to. I used to do like maybe 8 minutes top. I feel like they're getting harder because I'm doing ones that I have not seen or done before. But yeah, that's that. All right. I actually, what time is it? I need to check with the wife. When is dinner gonna be ready? Thank you, Ryan Solid. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome. 20. Okay, dinner's in 20 minutes, so I have to do something interesting in 20 minutes. Is Weston Scott making you do this? No. No, this is the Coding Garden. I'm just here doing this because I think it's fun, and some people might find it entertaining. But welcome in, raiders. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ryan, for the raid. If you are not following Ryan, you absolutely should do. Or you should be. He is the creator of Solid and other cool JavaScript things as well. So definitely drop him a follow. And what were you working on? Don't go chasing waterfalls. So I wonder what that's about. If any raiders want to let me know what that means, I'd be very interested. Yeah, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Welcome in, Raiders. I just finished a speed run where I solved 7 coding problems, and it took me 12 minutes, which honestly is not a good time for me. Yeah. Talking about React server components versus client waterfalls. Oh, I guess I'm not familiar with the term client waterfalls. Cool. Glad to hear it. Yeah, exactly. Nero. It's like, look, I already got the job. You can't fire me because I can't solve these code katas. The announcement is that I am joining the syntax team as a senior creator. So I am going to be making videos for their YouTube channel. So I'm not joining the podcast. Basically, they're trying to build out their online presence, and I will be focusing on technical videos that kind of go alongside topics that are covered in the podcast, as well as things that I want to cover as well. So you'll start to see me in the YouTube feed uploading some tutorials and stuff like that. And right now there are no plans for streaming from Syntax, but possibly. Yeah. Yeah, they're ending my trial employment. No, we're just having fun here. Okay, let's spin a wheel. Also, I'm not used to being in this HD. I got a new camera. Yeah. Yeah, definitely follow them everywhere. My job depends on it. YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere. Go follow them. Okay. I want to find a wheel spinner. Thanks, Drills. I swear, like, if I get too close to the camera, you can like see every pore. It's not good. It's not good. Oh, apparently I have used this site before, and it's already ready to go. All right, I'm gonna take things off that I don't think I can do. Honestly, all of these, all of these. But I'm gonna create a list though. So we got PHP, Java. So C#, Go, Rust, PHP, Java. Okay, we'll keep Lua, but I know nothing about it. Like I'm gonna have to learn to be able to solve with it. And then give me 3 more in the chat. Give me 3 more languages I should put in this list, and then I'm gonna try to solve a coding problem with that language. Bash? Is Bash even an option on Code Wars? It's not. It's not. Python. Yeah, we'll put Python on the list for sure. All right. Rust is on the list. Ruby. We're gonna add Ruby too. Ruby Tuesday. Go is on the list. Yeah, Kotlin could be fun too. Let's add that. All right, that's it. That's all. Let's spin the wheel. Whoa, that was a close one. C#. So I did C# professionally for over 3 years. But it's been a long time since I've done C#. So here's what we'll do. We'll increase the difficulty. So we're gonna bump it up to a 6Q. And yeah, so we're gonna pick a 6Q and find one that is C#. All right. And yeah, it's okay. I guess so. If I do katas that I haven't trained on, I think because I've solved these with JavaScript, that's why they have the check mark on them. But I haven't technically solved them with C#. Okay. Let's just see how many 6Qs how long it. Let's start small. How long is it going to take me to do one 6Q with JavaScript? We start the timer now. Here we go. Let's do multiples of 3 or 5. If we list all the natural numbers below 10 that are multiples of 3 or 5, we get 3, 5, 6, and 9. The sum of these multiples is 23. We're going to have to do maths. Finish the solution so that it returns the sum of all the multiples of 3 or 5 below the number passed in. All right. If the number is negative, return 0. Okay. Here we go. Oh, not with JavaScript, though. We're going to do this with C#. Okay, so they're giving us the value. We need to find all multiples of 3 or 5 that are less than that. So we will have a sum, and we'll start that off at 0. And then we're going to loop from value down to 0. So we'll have a for loop. Do this while I is less than value. Do I want to do less than or equal to? Below, so not equal to, so just below. And then we will increment I on each iteration. Or no, decrement I. And we actually, so I got this completely wrong. We want to start at the end and go, I guess, do we have to start at the end? No, we can go up. We can go up. So start at 0 and then go up to value. Yeah, but not including value because it wants every value below that. And we can start at 1 because 0 is not a multiple of 3 or 5. So now that we have that, we need to say if is multiple of 3 or 5. Wait, is this FizzBuzz? This is FizzBuzz. Right? If we just do if we do I mod 3. So if the remainder of the division by 3 is 0, then it is a multiple of 3. And in this case, we'll increment the sum by I. And then else, if it is a, I mean, this is kind of like FizzBuzz, but we don't have to account for both divisible by 3 and 5, I think. Yeah, look at this. This just looks like JavaScript. This is, I'm pretty sure this is going to work, though. I do have to do plus equals on the sum here. And then return sum. This is just JavaScript. Yeah, okay, so if the number is multiple by both, only count it once. And then the other thing we need to account for is if the input value, well, our for loop accounts for that. If the input value is less than 0, then the sum is just 0. Let's see if we get a compile error. Invalid expression term. C# does not have triple equals. It just has double equals. There we go. Look at me. I'm a C# developer. So we did one C# problem in 3 minutes. Let's see if we can do another one, because I'm gonna have to go very, very soon. Stop spinning my words. Write a function that takes in a string of 1 or more words and returns the same string, but with all the words that have 5 or more letters reversed. Strings passed in will consist of only letters and spaces. So hello, fellow gets reversed, and warriors gets reversed. So any word that has 5 or more gets reversed. All right, I can do this. So first of all, we need to split that string into an array. I don't know. Is there a split function? I'm gonna have to look this up. C# split string on space. I guess we could ask ChatGPT too. There is a string.split method, capital S. If you call it with null, char of 0? Dark mode for Stack Overflow. You got it. You got it. Yeah, we did this one. Okay, so we do capital split, char of 0, a char array of 0. And then let's just write this out to see what we get. Actually, is this even gonna work? Can you? I don't think you can write an array, can you? Console does not contain a definition for write line. Print line? Print line, write line? How does C# work? X in Y minutes. Is it write line with a capital W? Yeah, write line, capital W. Thank you. It's not. Oh, this says so. the method definition says we're going to return a string, so to get the code to even compile, we actually have to return a string. I'm a pro. No, I am not a pro. uh, expect a string length 7. Okay, so this is just logging. Like I said, I feel like WriteLine isn't as useful because this is like an object. So can I log the length? Do arrays have a length property or a size property? Is it just capital L length? Length 1. And so for our first test, it is length 1. Cool. And then is this length 3? Yes. Okay, so it's working. It's splitting it on spaces. Great. I do think we have a like a map function. I used to be a pro. Because we kind of want to map this for each word. Let's see, do we have not a hash map? Yeah, I feel like we might use LINQ, like the language integrated query. Do they have a C# map array? Select? Ah, good call, just 7 stars. So select with a capital S. They really like their capitalization here in C#. Okay, so take the list. Let's grab it. We're gonna get each word. We do have lambda functions here in C#. Okay, so for each word, we need to say if word.length, probably capital L length, if word.length is greater than 5, then we need to reverse it. Otherwise, just return the word itself. Great. So that's going to give us a new array. And then what if I want to join it all back together? C#, join array on spaces. String join, beautiful. So we're going to return this. Cool. So this should work, and then I need to figure out how to reverse a string right here. Too many characters in character literal. Ah, man, I'm really messing up here. I can't use single quotes for strings in C#. You got to use double quotes. All right. Yeah, cool. We are on our way, but now we need to reverse a string. Is it built in? C# reverse string. The thing is, if I was in a real editor, I would start trying things, but I don't have any autocomplete here, so I'm kind of riding blind. Best way to reverse a string: write a method to do it. I mean, this was in 2008. It got to have added something by now, right? Oh, reverse the array before I join. But no, but I have to reverse the individual word. There is a dot reverse. Does dot reverse exist on strings? Ah, okay. We can do this. It's a little convoluted, but we can do that. Yeah. So string reverse is only for arrays. All right. Let me just write this out here. We're gonna do it as a one-liner. I mean, C# is looking very functional right now. Wait, array.reverse is, I guess, an in-place reverse. Is there no way? Yeah, I guess I wanted to get away with doing this in line, but it doesn't look like I can do it in line. But I guess I can just do it right before. Like we reverse it no matter what. So reversed is this. Yeah, easy. Obviously, this is not performant, but we just reverse it no matter what. And then if it was greater than 5, we use it there. This should be fine. In the real world, I would just write an if statement instead of a ternary, but I gotta go, so let's see. Just kidding. There is still one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, apparently, if it is greater than or equal to 5. Yeah, there we go. All right. So what did we learn? If we want to split a string on spaces in C#, we need to pass in an empty character array, and then we can use I think this is language integrated query, which is like their map function for select. And then if we want to reverse a string, we have to turn it into a char array, use the reverse method if we want to do it in a built-in way. So convert it to a char array, use the built-in reverse method, and then convert that char array back into a string. You can just do sentence.split. Okay, so I don't have to use these static methods. All right, I'm curious because I want this solution to be a little bit cleaner. This made my head hurt. Yeah, I want this to be a little bit cleaner. Let's see if I could do. Wait, where did I do the split? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, not that much cleaner, but I can. You're saying I can literally pass in space. Okay, cool. And then from there, we can use ternaries in C#. Also, they sure do like their capital letters in C#. Like all of these properties are capitalized. Cool. We've done it. Great work, everyone. All right, I got to get out of here. I gotta go eat dinner. But I appreciate you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being supportive. And yeah, you'll see me. Hopefully, you'll see me on the Syntax YouTube channel next week. That's the plan, anyways. Yeah, hopefully next week. Yeah, but thank you. Yeah, and one last time, if you're just joining us and you didn't hear the news, I am joining Syntax as a full-time creator. So I'm going to be working on videos for their YouTube channel. So I'm not joining the podcast. I will be working on tutorials, technical deep dives, various things like that, and they'll be edited and uploaded to their YouTube channel. It's not going to be live. It's not going to be like the stuff you typically see me do. It'll be nice and consumable there on YouTube. So yeah, I'm super excited. This was my first week at Sentry and Syntax, and it was awesome. Like, yeah, it was amazing. It was awesome. And you should go follow them everywhere because my job depends on it. I mean, you should also follow them because they're awesome. So my first video topic is likely just going to be who am I? Why am I here? Why am I showing up in your subscription feed? But my plan is to also add in, I don't know, like 10 hot tips or something. I don't know. I'm going to come up with something interesting aside from just introducing myself on the YouTube channel. That'll be at least one video that I do next week. Yeah, follow everywhere because you'll see me there too. And if you missed it, I will be streaming on Coding Garden, but like maybe once a week, and it's typically going to be after work or before work at a time like this. So yeah, thanks again for all your support. I'm excited. I'm excited to make some videos, make some cool stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm not not probation. No. I appreciate you all. All right. I'll say this. We do have a Discord if you want to chat in our Discord. We do help out there. Follow me over on Twitter. And yeah, so right now there's no Tri-Day Friday for the foreseeable future, but depending on how things go next week, I might try to do a stream around this time of day, but a Tri-Day Friday. We'll see. Because again, I'm working all week, and so I'll be exhausted, but who knows? Let's go on a raid. If you are a subscriber, you can use this raid message here. If you are not, you can use this raid message here. And if you're watching on YouTube, head over to Twitch and you can join us in the raid. Quick shout out to all the supports today. Thanks for all the follows today. I appreciate you all. And if this is your first time watching me, welcome. I hope you like what you saw. The stuff I'm going to be doing for the Syntax YouTube channel is not going to be live like this. It will be prepared. But I hope you like my stuff. But yeah, Percelsior, thank you for the Prime. Stony, thank you. Speedstrat, thank you. Murdoch, thank you. Thanks again, Chris Jones for the raid and Austin Guild for the raid. Thank you, Eddie, for the gift. And Danif, thank you for the 28-month Prime. And Freebly, thank you for the sub. To Callers, thank you for the 24 months. Keep on coding, thank you for the bits for Factor. Thank you for the 46 months. Asasan, thank you for the 11 months. The Shibas, thank you for that gift. And again, thank you, Ryan, for that raid. All right, here we go, everyone. I'll see you hopefully sometime next week on the Syntax channel and also probably at some point on the Coding Garden channel as well. All right, wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And until next time, here's this.